studies. He lived in a small village where the schools only went up to the 12th grade. To continue his education, he moved to a nearby town and stayed at the house of his father's close friend, Mr. Gautam. The house was large, and Arjun was given a small, quiet room near the garden to stay and study without disturbance. Arjun was dedicated. He spent nearly 14 to 15 hours a day studying, often staying up until midnight. Every night, after finishing his studies, he would go outside to the hand pump, wash his face and hands, and then go to sleep. This routine continued for weeks. One night, as Arjun stood washing his face at the hand pump, he felt a strange sensation, like someone was watching him. He turned his head and saw, under the dim streetlight, a girl standing near a wooden pole. Her face was partially obscured by shadows, but he could tell she was looking directly at him. A chill ran down his spine. It was past 1:30 a.m. Who would be standing there at this hour? He hesitated, but convinced himself it might be someone from the house. Without a word, he returned to his room and went to sleep. The next night, it happened again. But this time, she was standing closer. The streetlight illuminated her face, revealing a breathtakingly beautiful girl. Arjun had never seen someone so mesmerizing. Her deep, dark eyes locked onto his, and she smiled. A soft, hypnotic smile that made his heart race. He couldn't look away, transfixed by her beauty. Realizing he was staring, he quickly turned and rushed back to his room. But that night, he couldn't sleep. The girl's face haunted his thoughts. Who was she? Why was she coming here so late? The third night, when he saw her again, he decided to speak to her. "Who are you?" he asked hesitantly. The girl smiled. "I come to meet you. I like you." Arjun's heart pounded. No girl had ever said such a thing to him before. But why only at night? "My family doesn't let me out during the day, so I come secretly when everyone sleeps." Her voice was soft, almost musical. Arjun, captivated, forgot all reasoning. He spoke with her for a while, and before leaving, she said, "I'll come again tomorrow." This became their routine. Every night at exactly 12 a.m., the girl arrived. They would talk until 2 a.m., then she would leave. Arjun, who once lived only for his studies, now waited desperately for nightfall. His focus on education began to fade. His health started declining. He ate less, slept during the day, and only came alive when the clock struck midnight. A month passed. His weight dropped drastically from 75 kilograms to 50. He became pale and weak. His once sharp mind clouded with exhaustion. Dark circles shadowed his eyes. His ribs were beginning to show, and his body felt drained of energy. What was happening to him? That night, he decided something. I will not meet her today, he whispered to himself. I need to sleep early. At 11 o'clock p.m., he locked his door and forced himself to sleep. But at exactly 12 o'clock a.m., he heard footsteps inside his room. His eyes snapped open. His door was still locked. How did someone get in? He turned his head, and there she was, standing by his bedside, smiling. Arjun's blood ran cold. How did you come in? The door is locked. She giggled. I don't need doors. His body stiffened. Something was wrong. This wasn't normal. But he couldn't resist her smile, her voice. She sat beside him, whispering sweet words. And before he knew it, 2 hours had passed. The next morning, he gathered the courage to tell Mr. Gautam about the girl. Mr. Gautam's face darkened. Are you sure? Yes. She comes every night. Gautam stood up abruptly. You need to leave this place. Within hours, Arjun's father arrived, and he was taken back to his village. He felt relief. He was free, or so he thought. That night, in his own house, he woke up suddenly. A figure sat by his bed, stroking his hair. The girl. You can't leave me, Arjun, she whispered. I will find you anywhere. Terror gripped his heart. He screamed, waking his parents. His mother wept, realizing that something supernatural had latched onto her son. The next day, the family traveled to a priest in a neighboring village. The priest, upon hearing the story, nodded grimly. She is a Pishachini, a demonic spirit who preys on men by draining their life force. Once she chooses someone, she never leaves. Arjun's mother sobbed. How do we stop her? There is a way, the priest said, but it is dangerous. If we fail, she will take his soul forever. Desperate, the family agreed.